Kindness is confetti? No. Molly says, throw kindness around like confetti. Hey, let's see what's on TV. A little dog? A little man? Talking about bubbles.
Only driven by the rich. Only richest people.
Oh my God. I'm going to make some coffee with my favorite little toy. The blue light. The blue light. Look what it did. Uh-oh. Stop shooting at the president. It ain't him, it's the bankers. Be kind to the little guy. See this coffee here? That's dry coffee that I spilled, and it's on this 75-year-old stove my grandfather found in the trash in the 60s. And I brushed it with that paintbrush. It's been hanging there forever. Oh, I got the COVID cough. There's a doctor that says that it's layering your veins and cutting your circulation down, everybody's circulation's down. Because dead people have veins coated. He pulls the little white tubes out. It's pretty amazing. Dr. Campbell, you all know Dr. Campbell on the internet? He's over the rainbow somewhere. There he goes. Now we're in China. Whoa.
Emerging country, and all emerging countries will follow, but it'll take decades for many. India won't peak until 2000.
Trump's grandfather went to the Klondike. They had to walk 60 miles up in the Alaskan mountains, and there was a place called Dead Horse Gulch where the horses couldn't go any further, so they shot him on the. He turned it into an American restaurant for the gold diggers. That's how the Trump money first came to be. Isn't that interesting? Now, let's put some coffee down these tubes. This old black man at the Resorts International Superstar Theater Buffet, or the breakfast, was a dinner theater at first in 1978. He had these giant urns, and he had to make 100 gallons of coffee an hour. At the end of the dinner, when everybody, when 1,100 to 1,200 people wanted coffee, and so he would put like 5 pounds of coffee in a 40-gallon urn. He had 3 of them, and put these long cinnamon sticks down there, like a driller, like an oil driller, and he could determine what was what going through the grounds to get the strength that he needed. Of course, he'd been doing this his whole life, but I've learned how to do it. And it's true what he said. You got to use a lot of grounds to develop a good coffee taste. Now, you don't want to pour the water through them all at the same time, or it'll get too strong. Which, if it does, excuse me, Mr. President, you just lay down there and work on your ear. He had different urns. I do it this way, and you could add some water to it, which I don't agree with. I think I can taste the difference. Here, listen to this guy for a while. Countries like Australia, New Zealand, and Norway, Sweden, and Finland. 5 small developed countries of the world have demographics that go higher in the future. All the rest pretty good.
Flat to down forever, as far as you
That's about perfect. I don't have to add water to it.
In the world, economists don't understand this because they think it's all politics. All they study is politics and politics and politicians and what they're doing and this bill and that. I don't study. You know how much time I spend studying politics? None. I don't care who gets elected president. They don't drive this ship.
See him through the blue.
They don't make that many decisions, and they take too long to impact, even if they do. Doesn't matter to me if Joe Biden's reelected.
This is
or Trump
ivermectin they put on horses at the horse shows to make them beautiful.
I don't base any on that. Okay, the baby boom generation caused the greatest boom in history. When it failed, governments overstimulated.
Look at how beautiful my knees are.
Millennial boom that when the U.S. will peak around 2037 has already been pre-boom.
How old will you be there?
It's already been mostly played out with all the stimulus. People have bought homes bigger than they could afford, or they bought homes earlier than they could otherwise. All the stimulus, and then once we wash this out, I think we're going to be very slow to come back, even though the millennials are finally driving us up again after the baby boomers. Why? We didn't allow the economy to do what it does best. It knows how to boom and scale up. It also knows how to
There's some cinnamon sticks I keep on hand. You never know when you're going to need them. Because see, they have little channels in them. So you can...
There was a time when we didn't have bankruptcy in the world. You went
Look at
bankrupt,
those buttons
they just,
on the stove.
pillaged them
There
and
it is.
took
This is
all your assets.
75-year-old, at least, General Electric stove.
Somebody came and said, "Oh, hey,
Way back in the previous century, they had push-button technology.
Renegotiate,
Pretty
and then
cool.
do a win-win for the creditors so the company can keep going. And otherwise, the creditors lose everything if the company goes
Now
under.
memorize this
So we have
saying.
Chapter 11 reorganization.
I gotta look up that lady.
That was a
Holly,
huge invention in history. That's what the
Kansas.
economy
Holly,
is going to go
Kansas.
through. This is going to be make the economy stronger. That we've never had a debt bubble this profound, which will help the everyday person more than anybody. And what I tell people, and I'm usually lecturing to richer audiences by far, I'm saying you guys are the ones in trouble here. You're the ones. Top 20% own 86% of the Harry's interview so far. And now I'd just like to mention that this episode
boy.
is brought to you by
Are the stars out tonight? So